I'm going to try and farm down. Now, mind you, they're loaded on energy, so very possible they reach the Hurricane right here. And there's almost no point for me to shield because... What is going on, everyone? Welcome back to the channel. Ox here with another video. If you're new to the channel, we do upload Pokemon Go content mostly related to PvP, and if you're a returning subscriber like Angelo Garcia, thank you for the support. In today's video, we are taking a look at some more battles in the Open Great League, and this time we are running possibly one of the spiciest teams to date on this channel, and I am calling this a triple Safari team. All three of these Pokemon are Safari Zone type Pokemon. We have a giraffe in the form of Girafarig, we have an elephant in Donphan, and a kangaroo in Kangaskhan. All three of these picks are Pokemon that I really do enjoy, but unfortunately in Pokemon Go PvP, they are not very good, and needless to say, putting all three of them together on a team is going to be very difficult to run. When we take a look at the ratings on PvPoke, you could see this team is extremely bad. That is a lot of Fs, and the only decent rating there is a B in consistency, which you know stands for bad as in consistently bad. Regardless of the ratings, these are very early ranked battles, so I wanted to test this team out for some entertainment. If you enjoy this type of content, please consider leaving a like. It really helps the channel grow. Leave a comment down below, and without any further ado, let's jump into the first battle right now. Alright, so let's jump into these battles right here. Triple Safari team. All three of these Pokemon are very cool, but unfortunately they aren't very great for PvP. Donphan probably the closest thing to being meta relevant on this team. But let's get into this first battle. Girafarig into Lucario. You would think this is actually a pretty decent matchup for Girafarig because Confusion is chunking, but unfortunately those counters are really going to add up, especially after the power-up punches. So I swap out into the Donphan, and the opponent decides to stay in, which is obviously really good for us because we are able to take it out, farm up some energy, and they come in with the Hypno. So early rank battles, of course, I think the opponent probably should have swapped out earlier, but this gives us an advantage right here, and we're going to take that. Body Slam coming through once again against this Hypno. They're going to allow that to go through and farm us down. We will come back in with the Girafarig, and at this point, the game's looking a little bit dicey. Going to no shield, the first move it is the Ice Punch. Because of our part normal typing, we don't really have to fear a Shadow Ball despite being Psychic, and I'm going for the Thunderbolt right here, which does get the shield. We didn't see the shield come up, but they did in fact use one of their two shields right there. I come in with the Kangaskhan, and we need to hope that something in the back is very weak to this Pokemon. So I'm going to use my shield right here and look to farm down. If they stay in, they actually swap out this time into the Nidoqueen, which is actually a Pokemon that we don't really mind seeing too much right here. So going to be a Poison Fang. I'm going to let the first one go through and try and get to this Crunch, which hopefully will be enough to take out the Nidoqueen after the attack boost. And yes, it is, but the Hypno's still alive, able to farm down before we get knocked out with Confusion. And that is going to be a good start to the video. 1-0 heading into match number 2. And this is obviously one of the things I like most about an interlude season. You are free to experiment with teams like this where there is no ranking at risk. So Girafarig into Wigglytuff right here. Not a great matchup. I'm going to look to throw this Thunderbolt and then swap out into my Donphan. And we do get a shield from the Wigglytuff. So Donphan comes in here. They swap out into Ivysaur. Running Razor Leaf, trying to get to this Earthquake. Opponent needs to burn a second shield or get taken out. Bang! There it is. Not respecting the Earthquake from the Donphan. And we end up taking switch advantage. Not that it will probably matter with this particular team. But Kangaskhan coming in here against the Wigglytuff. Going to shield up the Hyper Beam. Holy smokes. Farm down what is in the back, and it's a Graveler. You love to see it. Opponents bringing the spice right here with the Kanto Graveler. Possibly one of the best matchups we could find for Kangaskhan in the back, and we are going to be able to get off to a 2-0 start here with this team. Shield up this move right here. It is a Rock Blast. Farm down with the Mud Slap. Kangaskhan closing out these games here in the Open Great League. Let's hop into match number 3. And we're leading Girafarig this time into a Hypno. This is obviously not a good lead for us, but we can't really swap out at this point. So what I'm going to look to do here is throw the Thunderbolt. I'm not going to shield the first move. And depending on how much this does, I may consider swapping out into the Donphan at some point, or I could decide to let the Hypno throw more energy and then just come in with the Donphan. Because it's CMP tie, it looks like I am going to allow the Girafarig to go down here and then come in with the Donphan, or with the Kangaskhan rather right here, because it is an easier farm than with the Donphan using counter. So Fire Punch comes through, we tank that, commit to the complete farm down right here, loaded on energy. What do they have in the back? It's a Talonflame. This is absolutely awful, so I'm going for the Crunch, hoping they no shield, or they do shield, that's okay, we come with Donphan. Now being down shields is not good, we're also behind on energy, so this is a very tricky spot to find ourselves in. The opponent though swaps out into Galarian Stunfisk, so there is some play right here. I'm going to shield the first move, it is a Rock Slide. No shield the second one, and I'm trying to build up a bunch of energy right here. This is a really tough spot. I need to keep one shield for the Talonflame, of course, and ideally I'd like to get a bit of farm here, maybe 1 or 2 counters, but it's very hard to manage that correctly, and unfortunately we take out the Stunfisk. Talonflame comes back in. I am throwing the Body Slam right here, swap out into the Kangaskhan. I need to shield this and hope that we can outpace to the Crunch right here, and then we need to hope that Crunch is enough to take out the Talonflame. So here comes Crunch, bang, there it is, Talonflame getting taken out. Kangaskhan closing out the game again, and we are 3-0 in this set. Absolutely insane with the triple Safari team. So jumping into the 4th battle, and we have some spice on the opponent's side. Quilladin right here, we are going to stay in. It is running Vine Whip. This is very bad for our backline. I'm going to let the first move go through, try and get off the move right here. Probably should have went for Psychic, but it doesn't matter because they're going to shield this regardless. Swap out into Donphan, but it is a CMP tie, so I'm forced to stay in here. I'm going to actually let the Girafarig go down, come in with the Donphan, and try committing to a complete farm down right here. I'm going to shield in case it is a grass type move, and fortunately for us it was the energy ball, so a nice call right there. Able to farm down even on shields, ahead on energy, and it's another Talonflame, so this is actually going to be very difficult. Throwing the Body Slam right here, trying to build up to another 2 Body Slams, and hopefully throw back to back here against the Talonflame before they could throw their move. And we are able to do that while denying a Flame Charge. Hopefully this is CMP tie, and they actually decide to no shield and farm down. This is not looking good for us. I come in with Kangaskhan, they actually do not throw a move, so they were definitely at a move right there, and they have a Jellicent in the back, but it's running Bubble. If this was Hex, this game would be basically over because Kangaskhan would wall this thing, but with Bubble it's a little bit trickier here. I am going to no shield the first one. They go for the Shadow Ball, you love to see it. Able to farm down. Kangaskhan closes out another game, and I decided to no shield that Shadow Ball just to show that even if I did shield the move from the Talonflame, we were still going to win that game. So it's like I let the opponent throw the move with the Talonflame that they did not throw. I decided to shield that and then use no shield against the Jellicent. Able to take the game. Girafarig into the Grand Bull right here. A lot of Charmers here in these early ranks. Going for the Thunderbolt. Opponent likely to shield. And I'm just going to let the Girafarig go down here because it's already so low. Come in with the Kangaskhan and look to completely farm down here. I will shield up the move. They are unlikely to reach a second. And let's see what they're going to come in with right here. Hopefully not another Talonflame because those are giving me a little bit of problems. Executor is also a little bit challenging here, so I'm going for the Crunch. And then let's see how we play this out. I am going to stay in here. Probably let the Alolan Executor take us out and then come in with the Donphan. And because they're in Dragon Tail, this actually isn't too bad for Donphan. But we're going to be going for the Body Slam right here. Of course, they do have access to Seed Bombs, so not able to knock them out there. Very unfortunate. Going to shield up the potential Seed Bomb right here. Look to commit to the farm, but they swap out into a Raichu. And can we reach this Earthquake right here? Need to survive this move. It is the Brick Break. We survive. Need to get to this Earthquake. Able to reach it. So you already know what's coming right here. Bang! There it is. Raichu gets taken out. Executor farm down. Able to get the perfect 5-0 in the first set with the triple Safari team. Absolutely insane. But you know this was definitely a fluke. So we have to run a second set. See if we can run it back or get destroyed as intended with a team like this. Alright, so off to a very unexpected start there in set number 1. And I know a lot of you are thinking it was definitely a fluke, so we have to run it back and see if it was in fact a fluke, or if this team is secretly OP. Girafarig into Swampert right here. This doesn't seem like a great matchup, so I'm going to let the first Hydro Cannon go through, try and force a shield from the opponents here with the Psychic, but we get a little bit of lag. Able to still reach the Psychic, thankfully. I'm expecting them to shield this up, but they actually let it go through, so my guess is maybe the opponent may have actually lagged worse than we did and thought they couldn't take Switch, so we're going to take that. And we see an Altaria here, which is very bad for our team. Any flying type is actually pretty awful to see for this team, and I need to keep this away from the Kangaskhan at all costs. So I'm going for the Body Slam right here, forcing the shield. I'm definitely going to need to shield the next Sky attack, and just hoping I can get off maybe 2 or 3 Body Slams at this point. The best case scenario here is that I shield this up, reach the next Body Slam, get the shield, and then I'm able to outpace to the 3rd Body Slam after this, which would take out the Altaria. And even if we do that, we still have to hope that whatever is in the back doesn't have a dominant matchup against the Kangaskhan, which I know is asking for a lot. And unfortunately, it is a Razor Leaf user, so a Mud Slapper into a Grass type. You hate to see it. Going for the Crunch here, that is nowhere near enough damage. We even get the defense drop, but this right here is going to put us very low. And Razor Leaf, too oppressive, going to take us out. Donphan can't do anything. First loss of the video. But realistically speaking, we probably should have expected to lose a lot sooner in the video. The fact we even got 5 wins in a row with this team is more than we could have possibly asked for. So let's hop into the next battle. Girafarig into Alolan Marowak right here. Confusion is still chunking away at the Marowak, and we don't have to be too worried about the Shadow Bone or Shadow Ball right here. However, there were many times in this video where I completely forgot that Girafarig is part normal type. So I did shield the first Shadow Bone right there. We would have definitely survived that. And using that shield doesn't really do anything for us because we still lose in the 1 shields. We win in the 0, so the proper way to play this out, I think, is to actually just go for the 0 shields. And if they do decide to shield, we end up losing Switch, but we do take a shield advantage out of that, which would put us in a pretty decent spot. Now you could see they brought Stunfisk into Donphan and then swapped out into Scrafty, so the backline is extremely weak right here to the Donphan. I'm going to stay in with the Donphan here, save the Kangaskhan for the Stunfisk, because that is going to be a much better alignment for our team. So Body Slam comes through on the Scrafty, able to farm down completely, going to try and get some chip damage. So I'm going to let this go down here, come in with the Kangaskhan, and just close this game out with the Mud Slap, Power Up Punch combo. And a lot of these games that actually, I think every single game we've won thus far has been a result of Kangaskhan farming down. They don't want that kangaroo smoke. We take that game. 1-1 in set number 2. Let's hop into the next battle. So this time we will be leading our trusty Girafarig into a Shiftry, which is absolutely horrible to see. Only answer here is the Donphan, and even that doesn't have a particularly great matchup, so luring out the Pelipper here. In hindsight, I actually think it would have been a lot better to come in with the Kangaskhan here, just because I kind of need the Donphan for the Shiftry in the back. Both Kangaskhan and Girafarig literally can't do anything, so once I give up the Donphan right here, what am I supposed to do? I come in with Girafarig, I'm going to try and farm down. Now mind you, they're loaded on energy, so very possible they reach the Hurricane right here, and there's almost no point for me to shield because I need to preserve these shields at this point for the Kangaskhan. Girafarig can't do anything to Shiftry either, so Hurricane takes us out. Shiftry comes in, and at this point I really don't know what we could do. I mean, I guess there is one thing we could do, hit top left, but you don't want to hit top left with a team like this. You want to play it out and let the opponent know that they are going up against that Safari team. Leaf Blade comes through, going to reach. No, we're not going to reach. Very unfortunate. Not even sure if Power Up Punch would KO anyways. If it did, then it is extremely unfortunate that we didn't outpace this move. And it does KO. No, it didn't KO. Okay, so it wouldn't have mattered. They would have got the Leaf Blade anyways. Talonflame in the back with a shield. Absolutely beautiful right here. And we are going to get destroyed. Flame Charge taking us out. Poor old Kangaskhan not able to close it out that time. We do end up losing that game. Let's hop into the next one. Hope for a bit more of a manageable matchup. Girafarig into an Obstagoon. Oh my goodness, you can make the argument this is even worse than the last matchup. So we are going to swap out this time into the Kangaskhan. and the opponent is staying in here. I'm not going to shield up anything just yet, although cross chop is going to hurt. And they swap out into the goal. There was a little bit of lag right there, but I don't think it really made a difference, to be honest. Power up punch on the goal bat. Oh my goodness. Going to get farmed down here. Really hoping they think this is a crunch, and they do shield this up, but they do not. So we get farmed down. This is looking absolutely horrible for us. Come back in with Girafarig. And you know, Girafarig, to be honest, actually has a lot of potential. If it gets a move like, say, Body Slam, something that costs less energy, I think Girafarig could actually do work in this meta. But the fact that it has Confusion with Thunderbolt and Psychic as its best charge moves really holds it back. It's already a somewhat glassy Pokemon, so it's a little bit challenging to use. I bring in the Donphan right here. Let's see if we decide. I'm probably not going to shield this, to be honest. Yeah, we let it go through. It's a Night Slash. And they actually allow us to farm down. No, they don't. But the Nidoqueen comes in. Now, there actually is some play here. I need to get off this Body Slam, and then I need to reach the Earthquake. If I can reach this Earthquake, we could win. Oh my gosh. If we got the Earthquake, we either get the second shield and then land the Psychic on the Nidoqueen, possibly able to farm down. Maybe not, because they probably have a move on the Obstagoon. But that was realistically the only win con we had left at that point, and we do end up losing that game. 1-3. This is looking a lot more like what is expected with this team. We got a legend here in the final battle. Hopefully you would think that they're running Spice. Swampert, I mean, okay, it's kind of meta, but we'll see what they have in the back. Girafarig here apparently can win in the 2 shields, which I was not aware of at the time of these battles. I'm going to let the first Hydro Cannon come through, and then look to throw this Psychic right here, expecting the opponent to shield this up, which they do. And then I'd imagine if I double shield, I could probably commit to the farm down, but I really don't want to do that. So they are going to reach another move. Yeah, if I shield right here, I could actually win this in the 2. So maybe I should have considered that, to be honest, to keep the alignment. But I decided to get the energy lead instead on the Donphan. And they come in with the Skarmory. So this is obviously a very meta team, which I'm a little bit disappointed in. So previous legend right here, very disappointed in you. Just kidding, people are free to run whatever they want. Body Slam into the Skarmory. And this is actually one of the only flying types that we have some play against, so don't mind seeing Skarmory too much. I do end up shielding right here, and right here I make a misplay. I obviously thought I could overfarm, which I could not, so we're not going to get off this Body Slam right here. This will take out the Donphan, and now I come in with the Kangaskhan. And they actually have a Registeel in the back, so this is definitely not spicy at all. And Kangaskhan here loses this matchup unless I have like 2 shields, because you can see these Mud Slaps, they add up, but a Focus Blast is overkill. Bang! There it is, taking out that Kangaskhan. You hate to see it. 1-4 set. This is definitely a lot more realistic of what you could expect when running a team like this. The 5-0 was definitely a fluke. I think that was proven in this second set of battles. But hopefully you still found this team very entertaining, and I have a lot more fun team ideas coming up for the next videos. If you enjoyed this video, please consider leaving a like and a comment down below. And if you'd like to see more content like this, consider subscribing to the channel. Thanks for watching.